The purpose of this demo vignette is to cover the basic user interface of Oracle ERP Cloud and give you a sense of general navigation. I've signed in as Calvin Roth, who's a procurement manager, and what you see in front of you are all the different modules that he has access to within the cloud. So he's able to access analytics, procurement, he can do some project management, accounts payable. By clicking on the general functional areas, you can see the submodules that are contained within each area. So within accounts payable, he's got his dashboard. He can go work with invoices and he can manage payments. The system also allows you to design dashboards which contain multiple infolets that give you a picture of the health of your department. On Calvin's dashboard, he has different KPIs representing different functions within procurement. I can compare spend across the org, invoices without purchase orders and the suppliers that they belong to. And as we scroll down, you can get a sense of the other key metrics that he watches. For example, top 5 suppliers, indirect spend categories, and then various stages of the requisition process. Let's go back to the home page. During the demo, we talked about the notion of exception-based management. In general, most of your ERP transactions will flow through just as you expect them to. But when something goes wrong, you need the system to alert you so that you can be proactive. Watch lists are a collection of key functional areas that list out conditions for which you would like to be alerted. Calvin's watch list has various areas such as contracts, compensation, invoices, and each one of these detail lines below shows you that where the exceptions are and how many there are. So for example, if I look at invoices, I can see that he's got 196 invoices on hold. Probably an area he wants to look a little bit deeper into. So by clicking on that link, the system takes him directly to that set of data underneath it, and he can now start clicking on the invoices and taking action. Another method of exception-based management is the concept of workflow. And workflow create notifications. So here, this little bell with this red badge indicates to Calvin that he has 61 messages that need review. By the way, the badges change color depending on tolerances you set. So if he had 2 or 3 notifications to pay attention to, the badge would be green. Let's say he had 5 to 20. That's getting a little bit long and the badge would turn yellow. Well, 61 is clearly unacceptable. It's in red, and it's going to, pull his attention to that so he can start working through the list. Notifications can simply be FYIs, just to let you know that something has taken place, such as a requisition being approved or purchase order being implemented. Or it could actually indicate that there's an action that's requiring your attention, such as, a review and approval of someone else's requisition. We talked about help, and you've got the ability to toggle help on or off throughout the system. So when I see it lit up in yellow, the little badge in yellow, that indicates that helps are displayed wherever I go. So if I open up payables and take a look at payments, perhaps this isn't an area that I work in commonly, and I need some guidance in order to get the job done. Well, wherever I see the yellow badge displayed, that indicates to me that there's extensive help behind that function. So by clicking on it, I can have lengthy help or very brief. So in this case, the payment process request, what is it? I get a basic definition and a couple of more detailed explanations below it. Because First Republic Bank probably has a lot of their own internal processes, this help can be customized specifically to how you want to do business. So it's full authoring capabilities behind here. So I can see that I've got a couple of custom or a couple of articles in here that I could either edit or I could create something brand new. When I click on that create button, you can see that I can upload files that I might have already completed. I can make things active or inactive. I give it a title, keywords, which will help in the search. And I can also indicate those roles in the company that have access to that help. There are broad search capabilities across the entire ERP suite. If I click inside this search field, the system automatically populates a list of recent items that I have searched for. So I can tell that I've tried to search for help on managing initiatives or how to manage the request of a new supplier. So I can look at that. I could type in my own search. So if I want to look for invoice help, I could simply type in the word invoice, click the magnifying glass, and the system's going to return for me a broad list of articles that relate to invoice processing. I hope you see that the Oracle user interface is very user-friendly, easy to learn, and highly adaptable for your staff.